Hi guys, I am coming to you with a series of tumbling basics. We're going to be working on things like our rolls, our handstands, our cartwheels, and so on and so forth. I'm going to be giving you tips, tricks, and drills to practice while you're at home in order to master those things. So we're going to be using things like the wall and the couch in order to do that. So make sure before you start doing handstands against the wall that you're asking permission to do those things. Another thing to keep in mind is that you have plenty of space. You do not want to kick over something or knock a hole in the wall or do anything crazy like that while you are trying to practice, so make sure you are keeping your space. Another thing to keep in mind is that you might want to get out a mat if you're lucky enough to have one, or some blankets or pillows or carpet, or you can go outside in the front lawn and do that, but make sure you're staying safe and smart about it. So without further ado, let's get started. I am so excited, you guys. We are going to be working on our forward rolls. So, the first thing that you need to understand when you're doing a forward roll is that ball shape, right? That like tucked position that we do when we're doing a forward roll. So we're going to start doing rock and rolls, right? So sit down just like me. You're going to sit on your bottom. Your knees are going to be close to your chest. You're going to be hugging your knees like this. And you're just going to practice rocking and rolling back and forth. Like a little egg roll, if that's what you want to call it. Back and forth. You really want to engage your core, engage your tummy muscles so you can pull yourself back and forth, right? So start up here, rock back, and see if you can't rock up. Another thing to keep in mind, even though we're doing something so simple right now, is pointing your toes. Always, always, always point your toes. You'll hear me say it now, and you'll hear me say it a million more times. As soon as your feet come off the ground, you want your toes pointed. If you get into the habit now, doing it with something so simple like this, it'll make it easier in the long run in everything that you do. So practice that a couple times for me, rocking and rolling back and forth, making sure that's nice and tight and easy for you to come right back up, right? So you're practicing rolling back and forth. If you can get up a little higher, go for it. Whoop, well, don't fall over. Rocking back and forth, keeping those toes nice and pointed, right? Squeezing your ankles together and engaging your core. Yeah? Are we feeling good with that? So now we're going to make it a little harder. We're going to do almost like a candlestick, but not quite. So we're going to start standing up with our feet together. We're going to get our bottom down on the ground. We're going to roll back and then stand up. So when we stand up from that position, it's important that we take our arms and we reach out to stand up. Almost like there's someone in front of us and we're reaching for their hands. In fact, if you have someone nearby, maybe you could reach for their hands, right? I like to do that a lot of times in class. I'll have, you get a partner and you'll stand in front of them, right? And as they roll, they'll reach for you. So that's the idea that you're thinking as you candlestick. All right, so you're rolling back. I'm going to do it this side. Maybe it'll be better. You're rolling back, and you're reaching forward and standing up. Go ahead and finish with your arms up. So reach out and stand up. If you want, you can make it a true candlestick. So what does that mean? That means as you roll back, your feet shoot up to the sky like this, and then you stand up from there, yeah? So you're reaching up to a candlestick, reaching out, and standing up, yeah? All right, give me like 5 of those. 5 nice candlesticks, not using your hands to stand up. You're reaching out and standing up, just like that. So we have feet together, arms up, bottom down, that nice tuck position, up in your candlestick, and reaching out and standing up. Another thing, if you notice, you want to keep your knees together. That time I kind of let my knees separate a little bit. Really squeeze your legs together all the way. Yeah? Keep practicing that. Give me like at least 5. Reaching up, engaging, and reaching out to stand up every time. Yeah? Keep working on that. That's a good thing to practice if you're struggling with your hands. If you're using your hands to stand up in your roll, that's something you can practice again and again and again whenever you have free time, right? Because if you get used to that, using the right muscles to stand up, then it will make it easier for your forward roll, right? Another important thing in our forward roll is that we jump off of both feet when we go into our roll. That is my biggest pet peeve when it comes to forward forward rolls. Because when you forward roll, I'm going to show you one really quickly, you want to push off of both feet, right, as you roll. You don't want to kick like this. It's not as clean and it's not what we want. So we want to make sure we're jumping off of both feet. So a good thing to just practice is just jumping, right? Bunny hops, whatever you want to call them, just jumping up and down. Getting used to having both feet come off the ground at the same time. You could also do like a mini donkey kick version where you're pushing off both feet and going to your hands. Working on pushing off both feet at the same time, not kicking to get yourself over, yeah? So just practicing, hopping, and thinking about both feet coming off the ground at the same time, all right? So we're going to jump into our forward roll from now. When you're doing your forward roll, it's very important that you get into that ball shape, that first thing that we talked about, right? When we were doing our rock and roll, we were in this nice tight little ball that allowed us to rock back and forth. If my back was arched, well, it would hurt. You heard that loud sound. And I can't roll as easy because my back is flat, right? So you want to make sure that you're hunched over. That way you're creating this like ball shape, right? Yeah? So oftentimes you'll hear someone say, you know, look at your belly button. Make your chin touch your chest, right? Those are good tips for you to think about when you're forward rolling. So really make sure that you're tucking that head under so you create that ball shape. It makes it easier to forward roll and you don't make that loud boom and get stuck halfway through your forward roll. So when we start our forward roll, we are starting feet together, arms up. Every time, arms up, feet together. As your hands come down, you're going to squat and push off of both feet at the same time, thinking about those little donkey kicks that we did earlier. Your roll. Grab your knees if you want to. That way you're getting in that nice tight ball shape, and then from there, you're reaching out and standing up. So thinking about all those parts that we just practiced, putting it together. The important things are squeezing your legs together and not using your hands to stand up. So arms start up, they come down, we push, and we reach, and we stand up. Yeah? Toes are always pointed, arms always start and finish by your ears. You're not kicking, you're engaging your tummy muscles, and you're looking at your belly button. If you keep practicing all of those things, before you know it, you'll have the perfect forward roll. So I'm going to do one more for you. Feet together, arms up. I push off both feet. I reach out to stand up. Yeah? So keep practicing these things. If you're struggling with kicking, then practice your donkey kicks, right? If you're struggling with standing up, then practice your candlestick that we practiced, right? So all of those little things are good to help you with your forward roll. Keep practicing, and before you know it, you're going to have the perfect forward roll. Awesome job, guys!
Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you got something out of this video. I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Until next time.